Okay, so in this video, we're going to be testing our knowledge of loops, arrays, and conditionals by creating three set of functions. The first function is going to count every letter in a parameter in a phrase, and then it's going to like output the total number for us to see. And the second function is going to like count every letter in a phrase and then output the number of times every letter appears. And for the last one, we're going to count every word in a phrase, and then it's going to output the number of times every word appears or shows up. So I was already recording this before, so that's why you see how the solution is. But now let's start from scratch. So I'm going to be doing this using ES6 syntax. So I'm going to be using arrow functions and the new version of our for loop. Okay, so for the first function, I'm going to name it. Okay, let me close my file. So I'll use this one. I'm going to name it how many letters, and then it's going to take in a parameter phrase, and then our code there. Okay, so let's explain what I'm going to do before we start writing up. So the user gives a certain phrase, and then we want to count. We're going to write a function that counts every letter in the phrase. Okay, so you're going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's going to like display. It's going to display the total number. Okay, so for example, let's say we have the phrase. We have this phrase. Let's say Allah is the greatest. So this one basically, so Allah is the greatest. So basically, what this function is going to do is then, this function is going to count every letter. It's going to count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to count space with it. So it's going to count everything, and it's going to show everything one by one. And then at the end, it's going to like output it's going to display the total number of everything. So this is how we do it. So I'm going to, let me say return here, then return, not it. First create a variable that holds in our result. So I'm going to set it to 0. And then some for loop is going to go on up here. For loop, a loop that will go through each letter and then display every letter as in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to display everything like that. So I'm going to create a for loop here. I'm going to say for const. I'm going to give this a name. Let's say const letter of phrase, and then we're going to write our code here. I'm going to say console log letter. Okay, so we should, for this is going to, let me just call the function how many letters. So as if I run my code now, it's going to output L H space I blah blah in every line. So this is it. Let's see. Okay, I have an error. First is not iterable. Okay, that's a mistake. Okay. I'm coming. Let me try something. Let me see this. Still the same thing. Where's the mistake? Should this be here? This one is done. Let me see. It's going to be done. Okay. So where's the problem here? Let me run the function again. It's still problem. Oh, okay. Since first is in the parameter, I don't have to declare it again. So this should run. Okay. Let me delete this and see. Okay, it's now it works. You have all our letters, the number of letters you have it there. But the problem is no, so it's counting our number. So this 0 is A, capital A, this is L A L H space blah blah blah. But as soon as I changed this to off, it's going to print the letters, not the index. See, sorry, what's wrong? First is not iterable. Really? Okay. I think I've seen the mistake. Should this console log here? I'm still getting error. Come on. Okay, parameters. What was wrong with me? Undefined. Come on. You have to be kidding me. Let me see again. Okay, now it's working. 0 1 2 3. Let's try it again. Okay, now it's working. Let me say return result. Yeah. Now let me see what it is. Okay, still undefined. Okay, now it is 0. The reason why this last one is 0 because we're not pushing anything to this. We are easily equating, easily displaying the result of 0 result. Yeah, which is 0. But if we come down here and say, then for every letter, let result equals to the letter. Now it's going to show us that it's going to say result. It's going to display 20 here. Let's see. Where is this thing not scrolling? Let me try it again. Now I can see 20. But what if you want this to display in your object form like this? All you have to do is just do something like this. Wrap it in objects, like using curly braces and then saying result. Okay. And then now it's going to say result. But the way to like shortening our code is just like just to wrap this in curly braces. Now see result. It's still the same thing. You see? The same thing. But we have a problem here. This thing is starting the count from 0. And we actually want the count to start from 1. So what are we going to do? Very simple. You are going to say plus 1. So that will make the count start from 1. See? Now see. What's this thing opening? Okay, this is not that. Okay, so console is treating the index as a string. That is why you can see 0 1 1 1 2 1 blah 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 2 1 as a string. But we want to treat it as a number. Okay, so we want it to be 0 plus 1 1 and not 0 1. So what we're going to do is just like wrap it in a number function. We're going to we're going to typecast it. We're going to go to number. The same thing. We're going to do the same thing. And let's see. Okay, now it's giving us the accurate result, which is what we want. exactly the result. Also, we want to change the phrase value. Let's say um, there is no good except. Hold on. Let's see what's going to print out. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it is working. So that's for our first function. So let's move on to the second function, which is like count every letter in the phrase and then tell us the number of times every letter appears.